Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. So today I'm recording the session for Pandas, one of the most important library of Python. So why do you use Panda? What are the benefit of it? We are understanding it. So Panda is an open source Python library used for the data manipulation and analysis. So mainly Panda we use for data analysis. So first we have to understand what is the meaning of data analysis. I have some data which may be in the form of Excel or maybe in the form of any other document, right? I want to find a specific data on it. Let's say I have a population of India, having a different countries, having a different state, different cities. I want to know the data from the specific city, specific type, specific gender, right? So on that scenario, definitely we have to analyze the data. Analysis means we have to analyze the data according to my need. Like suppose, let's say take example of cricket. I want to know that Sachin play how many in how many years, or it could be any type of data, right? So we know like lot of analysis which we do, right, on the day-to-day basis, right? We do get it. How do we get it? That we are going to understand today, right? So Panda is one of the library of it. It provide fast and efficient data structure such as a series, one dimension, and data frame, two dimensional or tabular form, right? So mainly it work with the data frame. Data frame, it's one kind of objects, I can say like that here, which could be having a like two dimension that will be in the form of row and column, right? And which make it easy to work with structured data like spreadsheet, SQL table, and CSV file, Excel file, etc. Something like that, right? So that is the use of Panda. Panda is one of the library of Python. That is one of the important library. And if you are looking for a data scientist role, right, definitely you can go with the Panda, right? It is a built on top of the NumPy as provide flexible data structures like series and data frame, right? So Panda is work on the top of the NumPy we have covered previously, right? So that is also one kind of as numeric. NumPy full form is like numeric only, right? So we can do that operation there, right? So same thing we can do with the Panda, but Panda will having a more flexibility because it work on the top of the NumPy. Okay, next, why use Panda? So it is easy to data handling, load, clean, transform, and analyze the data with just a few lines of code. Support various format like CSV format, Excel format, JSL format, SQL format. So these are the different format that support by the Panda, right? Powerful data analysis, filtering, grouping, merging, joining, and reshaping data, right? That all can do by the Panda very easily. It is having some predefined functions that can be used. Aggregates statistics like mean, sum, count, etc. easily. Handling missing data, provide functional in detail, right? Functions of details, fill or drop missing values, okay? Or any means nothing like that, right? So handling missing data, handle high performance, right? Built on top of the NumPy, optimized for performance, right? So these are the main benefit of the Panda. That's why we are going to learn Panda. Okay, so let's start with the example. How does it work? So mainly we will work with the Excels. Okay, so there is some data set which I already have. I will provide the link of the data sets with this particular video, so you can use that data set to summarize or to do this kind of exercise. Okay, now let's come to this create a one Python file, and here we do start to create some examples. Okay, so now let's start with the basics. So what we have to do first, so Panda is a one library, right? So first we have to install it. So what we have to do, we have to open the CMD terminal, and here we have to install the Panda. Okay, so what is the command for install the Panda? Let's understand it. So we have to install pip install Panda. This is the command actually. Pandas. Okay, I already have it. So let's see what does it give. Yeah, it just required some already satisfaction, but if you want to store, you have to write pip install Pandas. So it will store the library now, right? After that you have to start the working on them directly, right? If you do not have install it, right, then it will not work. right? So first, because it is a library, right, it does not come directly with the Python, so you have to install it separately. Okay, now let's come to this PyCharm and start with the examples, basics examples. So here I am just using first import section. So first of all, I have to just write import pandas as PD. So panda is the one kind of library and PD is one kind of short form of it, which we are importing it. So this panda is having a different method, right, that we are going to use it, right? Now let's understand with one function of it, like df.read CSV. So what is the CSV file be name? I need to read data.csv. So here we do provide that file name and location as well. So this time the file is present under my directory itself. You can see here I'm getting data.csv, right? So I don't have to give, if it is any other location, right, I have to give the location as well. It is in a C drive or D drive or F drive, right? You can give a complete location of it. So right now I've kept this in under the same folder. So that's why I don't have to give any location of it. It's directly give the file name itself, right? Now let's display it. So I will go and print with df. So df is nothing like a reference where this result will store and I can display that. So now let me run this. Take time to prepare the data because it is having a lot of data. You can see here it fetch all the data which is a part of this PDF. So this CSV file is this CSV file having like many columns like country, years, population, continent, okay, life experience, GDP, capita. So these are the different columns that this CSV file have. So we are just fetching this data. We are just fetching the data, okay. So that fetch the data, what I did, I just use the read CSV method of Pandas. So you can see I'm writing pd.read CSV and it is giving me complete information of it. So here I'm getting complete information, but later on we will filter it according to my requirement. We will filter it according to my requirement. Like for example, I want to know, first let's understand what is the type of df, right? So here I can go and type. So here we are with df, I am getting this complete, right? And if I want to give the type of this df, so what does it give? Let me run this. So it is giving me, it is a pandas core frame data frame. So that's why the df that will store data, right, that will store data in the form of data frame, right? That's the one thing. Now if you want to get to know, suppose a specific country of it, it is having a multiple columns, right? Now let me display the only country of this particular CSV file, right? So what I will do here, I will write print df with a specific column name like country, suppose column name I will pass here, okay, and let me run this. Most recent call trace, I think spelling mistake is there, COUNTRY. So now you can see that you will get the country. So here it is managing the auto indexing, something like that. So in this total we have a like 170 row actually, and having a like different countries of it, right? So here we can get df.country, right? And one more way we have, what is the type of this? Let's understand the type of this country is itself. So we can write print of df of this country. Print spelling is wrong. So you can see it is giving me a series. Here data is displaying in the form of series only, right? So the type of this series, and we can get the info as well here. So we have a like print, and we can directly get df.info. So info will give complete row and column, how many row and how many column it is having. So that will give a like total information. Let me comment that above one, so you will get it in very easy. So let me comment this. So this time you can see here it is giving complete information, like getting information only, right? So 1704 entries, right? That is starting from 0 to 1703, right? With the help of that, it will give me all that data columns, right? So it is saying, okay, what is that column? So these are the column name, country, year, population, okay, and these are the total number of rows. That is a count here, right? Non-count. And D type, object type, country's object type, here is int, right? Continent object. So here we having a like data that could be of different type, right? So the main thing that we do use here in this, how it is different from the numpy, that is also one of the question. So major limitation of numpy is that it can be only work with the one data types at a time. But with that with pandas, the most word data set contain maximum of different data set, right? Like names of the place would be string, or populations word maybe in int. So it may having a number of columns, and they are having a different type. They may have a different type, right? So we have to work with a different type of objects. So the one more advantage of panda is we can work with a different data type, not like a specific type only. Where numpy having a limitation on it, it will work always with the one type only, one type of data only. So it's difficult to work with having a heterogeneous means different type. Heterogeneous values using numpy, panda can work with the numbers and string together, right? So that is the one benefit here. So that's why we are able to access this Excel file. So Excel file having a different data types. You can see here int we have, float we have, objects we have, right? So we are getting data directly from there with the help of pandas. Clear it? So that is the one use of. So imagine that you are working or you are a data scientist, right? So we want to understand that relationship between GDP per capita or life expectancy of and various trends of their particular client, right? So then what happened, right? We have to fetch, suppose country, we have to fetch population size, life expectancy, GDP per capita. So for that specific things, here it is not going to change with the specific file. Excel file is not going to change, but it will give me result to me according to my requirement, according to my conditions. Whichever I want, I can fetch it directly from there. So for that purpose, we do use panda, right? We will see like how to perform different files. Right now we are going to use with a single only, right? So these are the main purpose of this panda. Okay, now let's understand with some examples. So here we are getting df.info, so it will give me information of complete how many columns it is having, right? How many rows, what is the type of these columns, and all information we are getting. What is the memory size, it is memory use, it does take, right? Everything we are getting here like that. Okay, now let's understand with some other methods. So it is having a one method like head as well. So I can write print df.head. So what does it do? It does give the top of that 5 columns, 5 rows, something like that, right? So let me run this. So let me comment that one and let me run this. You can see here it is giving me a top 5 rows actually. So here countries, years, population, continent, life expect, and everything it is getting here, but it is giving me top. So head will give a top, right? Same we have like tail as well. If you want to get to know the tail, we can give that tail as well, df.tail. TAILS tells. It is a tail, I think. So this time it is giving me from bottom to up. So it is giving me a 5 rows from bottom onwards. So head will give that, as name suggests, head start from top and tail will start from the bottom. And if you want to get some specific number as well, right? Suppose I want 20 rows from the head, I want 10 rows from the bottom, that also we can pass it. So head 10, these are the method that will be giving me different values from top to bottom. So you can see here, first it is giving me a 20 rows till 2019, it is giving from the top, and after the tail it is starting from the down and giving me some values like that. So that way, if you want to give a specific number, that also you can give it from head and from the tail, right? We have one more method like shape. So we have to deal with this method only, right? So now let's display print df dot shape. Shape is also one of the function here. Okay, now let me comment this too, so we'll get in a better way. What happened? It is a shape only, right? Okay, I think this is not required for that. Argument is not required. So it is giving me total number of rows and how many number of columns. So we have like 1704 rows. So first is a row and second will be the column, like that. Okay. So that way it will work. And if you want to make it a proper data frame, that also we can do it. Okay. Let's start with this. Removing the column on it. Okay. So what we have to do now? So now we have to a requirement. Requirement is what? Need to get the name of all the columns. Name of all the columns. How to get how many columns we have? Name of all the columns. So how can we get it, right? How can we get it? We have to simply go and use print, and here we have to use df dot columns. Df dot columns. Okay, now let's see what does it do. So it will give all the columns. We have like country, years, population, continent, life experience, GDP capita, and type objects. So this df dot columns will give all the column information. One more function we have here, print df dot keys. So as you can understand, right, we are playing with this Excel only. We are playing with this CSV file, right? This which is having some data, and I'm just playing with the rows, with the columns, right, with the complete information. That all we are doing. According to my need, I can use any one of them. So what does keys giving? Keys giving me complete information, right? So that is here columns and keys. These two functions we have, right? And then let's do fetch record with this way. Like suppose if I want some specific column only, some specific column information, right? So how can we do it? Let me write this under the print statement. Let me comment that above one. So here I can say print with df. Okay, what I want? A specific column information, right? Suppose I want only two column information, like country, okay, and life exp. And I want that top first 5 rows. So I will start with the head. So I want only two column information. I don't want all the column information, right? This is called analysis only. I want data according to my need. One column information, two column information. Because if I will go and search with this file, right, that will be difficult to that, right? So see here now, it will give me only two column information, okay, which will be top 5 only, right? I have given the head information, right? So that's why it is giving me 0 to 4, right? And then I can get a specific column as well, okay? Now let's understand with In this we may have some repeated information as well, right? Country may be having some repeated. Okay, so I want unique information. Right? So we have one more function here. We can write print. Let me comment that. Print. What I want to display? I want to display unique information. So I will go with the df with country. Okay, with unique. Okay, let's see what does it do here. So it is giving me all the countries information with unique, right? So it is having a like Sri Lanka, like you can see here the previous example I was getting multiple, right? But it is not giving multiple now. Single it is giving. So if you have a like non-duplicate values on it, right, it will give me simple single only. So whatever the duplication we have, that will remove. So unique will give me unique information only, right? And if you want to specific count as well, that also we can do it. So we can write print that is a df dot countries. Okay, let's copy that here. And what I want with unique values, so I can go with the values underscore count. So it will count here. Sri Lanka is coming how many times? Algeria again coming how many times? Algeria is coming how many times? So it will count the total number of countries is appearing how many times, right? So that way it does look like that. So we can get unique information. We can get that values count, how many columns we have, how many times, right here. And let's say understand with the rename. So rename is also one function here. What does it do? It will just rename the column for a specific use only. Okay, what does it means? Let's understand. Here we have a suppose one column like population. Here P is all is small letter, right? But I want to change it in some other, like here I want to keep it P capital. Okay, and then I want to have one more column, say like country. Okay, and I want to keep it like C capital. Okay, and here I am using access as well. Access we are using to define data according to the row or column. So here access equal to 0 means it is defining according to the rows, and access equal to 1, that means it is defining according to the column actually. So access equal to 1 means it is defining me according to the column only. So rename is giving me error. Okay, rename will not work directly, right? What it will rename? So it will rename with df only. What is the df? Data frame which we have, right? So that's why we are keeping df. So df dot rename, now there is no error, right? So everything will work with the df only, because df is only having a data. Data frame is having a data, right? Df is having a complete data. So we are playing with the data only, right? So you can see it will rename. Okay, so here let me comment this one, so you will get in a better way. You can see here. So it given me all the information, but the sum of the information, that column name like country has given C capital, population has given the population here, right, P capital. So that way it will work. So if you want to rename the column for a specific purpose according to the columns, access we can use it. So access equal to 0 means it will work according to the row, and access equal to 1, that means it will work according to the column. So that way we can define it. So here it will be old column, and then it could be a new column. Okay, so that way we can rename it. Next method that we have, next function which we have, that would be a drop. If you want to drop a specific column for a specific use, like for example here I am using print, let me comment this one. df dot drop, and here I can provide some column information. like I want continent. So what does it do? Continent will remove for a specific purpose. It will not remove from the file. File will remain as it is. We are just using for this purpose only, right? So that line 22 model, I think some problem with the columns. COLU columns. Okay, it should be NS here. So you can see now I'm getting all that information, only continent will not be part of it. So drop means it will give me all the data frame, but the column which we are passing here, that will not be a part of it. So that has removed actually from it. So that's the use of drop, right? Next we have a like method. We may have a number of method here, right? So suppose here I want to write one more. Like for example, I want to add some information with the column. So how can we do it? So let's understand with this example. I am passing here like year plus 7. Let's understand what does it give. Just allow me a minute. And let me not print this in a printf directly. Let me convert it first. So we have one data frame which will having a one year, right? You can see here, right? So here we are displaying here 1950 to 1957, right? So what we are doing here, we are converting, we are adding it plus 7. That means it will start from the 7. That means it will start from the 1950 plus 7, 1959, right? That way it will work. So if you want to display here, first like df.head, right? So let's say what does it do here. Let me comment this one, so we'll get in a better way. So you can see here that year we have, right? I think it is not changed. Yeah, column name is change here, right? So year plus 7, yeah, it is changed here. I did not notice that. So year plus 7. So whichever year we have, right, that has changed with the year plus 7. Like that, it will change the column information here. So df year plus 7, that we have converted into that only. On that way it will look like here. So that way we have a different of method of it, right? We'll look some other method in next video. It is going too long. Okay, now so I'm just stopping here. You can try with this small methods. Later on we will look some advanced example of it. Okay, thank you guys, thanks for watching. Take care, bye bye.